Hello,
Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you too. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. I'm here in upstate New York. Russ is in California. Cole is in Massachusetts. And you've bested us all because you're in Kenya, right?
Yes, I'm in Kenya. Nairobi.
Do you live in the city or out in the country?
Yes, currently I live in the city, but I move most of the time because most of the activities are in the village. But most of the time I'm everywhere. Yeah.
I have to admit, Jack, that with your accent and the speed with which you speak, I'm having trouble understanding. And I guess we don't have transcripts in Zoom, but I'm gonna ask you to try to speak slower if you can.
Okay.
That's better. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. How did you come to us by way of Jamaica, I think? How did you meet her?
Okay. We met on LinkedIn. I first met a lady called Laura Cox. Laura is a movie director. She directs for Leonardo DiCaprio. So when I first posted about, can you hear me?
I can hear you. You're loud.
Oh, okay.
But I'm having trouble making out the words. It's also partly because you're in an echoey space, but it's okay. I'll do my best. Thank you.
Okay, so I have a page on LinkedIn. So when I first made a post about the state of things in my home village,
Aha.
I met a lady by the name Laura Cox. Laura is a movie director. She directs for Leonardo DiCaprio.
She directs for what?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Ah, yes.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
I've heard of the man. Yep.
Yes, after that, we had a meeting with her, then she introduced me to Jamaica.
That's great.
Yes, so that's how we met.
Very good. So I'm looking for your LinkedIn now. How is your last name spelled on LinkedIn?
Mazingira.
Mazingira.
Yeah.
Jack. And there you are, climate and environmental rights activism. I'm following you with enthusiasm. That's great. Thank you. So, Jack, you're welcome to ask us questions as well. But my question for you is, what is it specifically you're working on these days? And by the way, has anything developed with your connection to Leo DiCaprio's environmental work?
Actually, I'm not. I haven't. I have not had any connection with Leonardo DiCaprio. I only have a connection with Laura Cox.
I see.
Who told me that she works for him. So Laura introduced me to Jamaica.
Got it.
Basically, about myself, my real names are Jacomondi Okulo, but Mazingira, my second name Mazingira, that is just a nickname that I earned way back when I was still in primary school as a result of my environmental activism, conservation issues and all that. So when I got to the university, the name escalated. I first resisted, but again, it escalated and I had to accept. So that is how I'm commonly known. And on all my social media platforms, that is how I call myself.
So can you tell us about your current campaign? What are you working on now?
So basically, I'm leading campaigns, leading trainings, basically on youth and women, green campaigns, on restoration and regeneration.
Yes.
This has been actually as a result of what we are going through. over here, especially in my village. I have a PowerPoint presentation for the same. I don't know whether it would be appropriate to present the same.
Slow down.
Oh, sorry.
No, I say slow down. When you get enthusiastic, you speed up, and I missed the best part.
Okay, so I'm saying I'm doing green campaigns, creating awareness, educating people on issues climate change, especially on restoration and regeneration of ecosystems.
Yes.
This has been as a result of the state of things in my own village, where I was born and raised. So basically, in my village, what normally happens, or what used to happen, we used to experience floods, or we normally experience floods.
Yes.
And when floods will come, it was coming as a blessing because it will come with a lot of food in terms of fish.
Yeah.
Because the people in my own village are fishermen, and they're also small peasant farmers. So they're able to raise, to earn a living from that.
Yeah.
But in the last, I think 6 years now, that was from 2018 moving onwards, the floods have been very serious. The waters have reached areas nobody ever thought it would reach. So that's how I got curious about it. I started visiting old people, the aged in the community, to tell me what used to happen because the floods were there even during their time. So I wanted to know what used to happen then and what was happening now. So I got a very big difference between what was happening then and what was happening now. And then when I was relating the same scientifically, I came to realize that the period with which we experienced serious floods were when the years that were termed the hottest years, scientifically.
Yeah.
So I related the two to climate issues. So that's how I started training people in the village. So I founded a community-based organization called Towards Green Environment that brings youth together, because I feel that it's the future of the youth that is at stake. So I bring the youths together, we talk about it, we train people, we grow trees. And in Nairobi, I'm trying to prevent riparian lands from being grabbed by the haves, because that is what they do. So we plant trees and we're creating some form of parks within those given environments. So that is what I do.
That's fantastic, Jack. I'm so glad we found you.
Thank you.
It's important work, and it's important that people keep on rediscovering these principles that our elders just knew, and we have to get back to that. It will be very nice having you as part of the Alliance, because your experience and your insight and the people you can reach are all things we very much are eager to have as part of the Eco Restoration Alliance. Do you have any questions for us? And perhaps you can tell us what you are hoping the Alliance can do for you, because we're still trying to figure out who we are and what we're for, and you can help us with that.
Yeah, sure. I really want to thank you. I think Paul shared the link to the website, and there's also the white paper. So
Yep.
I went through, and I can confirm that you're very compatible in terms of what you believe in. That is the same thing I believe in, restoring healthy existing ecosystems. And that is one area through which we are going to save the planet.
Yes.
So I think what you're doing basically is very good and needs to be escalated in other parts of the world.
We can certainly connect you to people from around the world who share your beliefs, share your goals, and value the work that you're doing. So that will be great. As you know, we'll have a meeting in 2 weeks. Our town hall meeting is every 2 weeks, and we will introduce you, ask you to introduce yourself, and you'll get to meet some of the other people in the group, and that will be great. I wanted to ask you the name of your village and the community that you're building.
The name of my village is called Osodo. I can put it on the chat.
Yes, please.
But again, I had a PowerPoint presentation of the state of things. So I don't know whether it will take your time if I will share the same with you.
I think, well, actually, why don't you give us the link to the presentation now? And when you meet with the group, you can give us the presentation. Then everyone will see it.
Oh, good, good. I think that's better. So.
And Russ, you raised your hand. Was that just a high sign, or did you want to say something?
No, that's fine. That was just a high sign. So I have a question. I have a question for you, John.
Good.
Are you an alliance that incorporates people from different parts of the world that
Yes.
has a common base command?
We do have people from all over the world. We have some people in Africa, Australia, Europe, Asia, Korea, Russia, United States, Latin America. I think at this point, we probably have everything but Antarctica, but I don't know. We should check. We have about 150 people in the network now, but we're, I think, going to begin growing rapidly soon. We're also trying to develop a map which will put all of the projects on a big globe with stories about them. So I wanted to ask you whether you have written or anyone has written anything about Osodo Village in Kabbalah. Do you have any articles that have been done?
No. It has never been done.
I think it would be great for you to just take some pictures, send us an email, tell us what you're doing in the email, and we would be proud to feature it on our big map. Someone, Cole or I, perhaps Cole, will put a link to the map into the chat just so you can see what we're trying to do. That's sort of a personal project for me, but my theory is that to solve the climate problem, we need almost everyone, almost everywhere, doing the kind of work that you're doing. And one way to make that happen is to put them all on a map and to feature them as the heroes that they are. So we will try to publicize what you're doing. And I think your personal story would be interesting too. So I look forward to your presentation, but I think you haven't given it to us yet.
Yes. Can I email? Can I email
Yes,
the link to Cole? Yeah, I think that would be better.
Okay, very good.
I'm struggling to find it now.
Very good.
Yeah. Yes, I had this organization called Climate Reality Project. I don't know whether you've heard about it.
No.
Climate Reality Project is also a worldwide organization that was founded by the former Vice President of the US, Al Gore.
It's news to me. Is that what it's called? Climate Relative Project?
Climate Reality Project. Let me put it on the chat. So they trained me because what they are doing. What they are doing, they are looking for climate, what they are calling climate reality leaders. So they trained me in 2020. Those are a visual training. And they have in Africa, they are coordinated from South Africa and I'm in East Africa. So I think one of the correspondents in South Africa wrote a story about me. So I don't know whether the same can be helpful as far as
That
what
would
you
be
are.
great. That would be terrific.
Oh, good. So I'll share that.
Great. Great. So, one of the things that I've learned from this conversation is that you've done a good job of networking. I'll look at your LinkedIn connections. Day to day, are you the one person in your work network who is connected to the whole movement, or are you connected to a larger movement besides just your village?
No, I'm just one person. I have volunteers, youth volunteers. But I have a challenge with them because they are leaving because they're expecting pay or they're expecting money, but the money is not there because I'm on my own. I'm also struggling to survive, and it's a problem. So most of them are leaving, and at the end of the day, I'm left alone doing the work. If I get some money, I'm forced to bring a few on board, hire some equipment in terms of, especially when I'm doing a training, ranging from a laptop, a projector, and all that, and then some allowances to them, and then maybe some money to buy tree saplings. So that's been a challenge. So in the long run, I'm left alone.
One of the questions we have is whether we will be able to help projects like yours get a reasonable amount of money in order to pay people a reasonable amount in order to do this really important work. We haven't decided yet whether that's our mission, and we certainly haven't gotten any money yet. Personally, I think we will. I think I know we want to help, and we're trying to figure out what kind of a program we can do that. You can help us figure that out. I think that would be great.
Yeah, sure.
But if you have you written a budget? Do you know what you need? Do you have a plan?
Yes, I have. I have a proposal that I did way back in 2020.
Yes.
I have this vision of doing 10 million trees all over the country. And I did a proposal about that, but it has never been successful. I've shared it across organizations and without response. So I don't know whether it was my project or my proposal that was wrong or what. So I can share that with you.
That was 2 years ago. I think there's a much stronger understanding of the importance now than even 2 years ago. So I'd be interested in seeing your proposal. Again, we don't have any money, but we're trying to understand what kinds of opportunities we can call to the attention of people who do have money. So send it our way. Maybe something good will happen.
Yeah, and I think Jamaica also told you about this. I also have I have a longer vision of doing a school and a demonstration center, at least to get somewhere I can train people, because the major problem that we are having or that I'm facing around here, awareness is still very, very, behind. Yes. People still tie the issues of climate change or climate-related catastrophes to taboos and culture. Like in my village, when such happens, people still believe that the gods are hungry, the gods in quotes. So it requires training. People need to understand, for example, if they're growing trees, why are they doing it? Why is it important to do that? So that is what I've been doing. I want people to have that knowledge, so that when they visit the field to grow trees, they know the impact of that. So that has been also what I want to achieve in the future.
Well, that's great. That's great. We have a man named Marius Zingari in Uganda, who is at the Nakavali refugee camp, who is also working with villagers and helping them develop these kinds of practices. And for that matter, we have, the man whose name I forget, who now lives in Boston, but is from Liberia. He won the Goldman Prize. So we have a number of Africans who are involved in the project, and others who might be able to learn from you about techniques and perhaps share some techniques, or perhaps some supporters as well. So send us your presentation, send us that article, send us your proposal. Cole will follow up with an invitation to join our mailing group and to join our town hall meeting next 2 weeks from yesterday at 9 o'clock Eastern. In fact, right around this time, 2 weeks from now, and we'll continue the conversation.
Lovely. I will do that. I will email Paul. I will email Paul all that, and I think you'll be able to access it as well.
Well, that's great. Jack, congratulations on what you're doing. It's hard and really important work, especially when you're the only person in your community who has the big picture. But connecting to other people who really understand and appreciate what you're doing will be good for your morale, if nothing else. And I suspect it will be more than that.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you for what you do.
You're welcome, and thank you so much for what you do as well. I really appreciate it.
Good to meet you.
Good to meet you too. Thank you, Raz. Thank you, Cole. Have a great day ahead.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.